Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 69 of the Playoff Push podcast. I'm your host, Jack Dobbins, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, Jordan Luplow, in the house. How we doing today?
Good, man. Good. Thanks for having me on. Excited to see what you got for me.
Absolutely. I just want to lead off before we actually dive into your playing career. You are my favorite MLB The Show card probably ever. I hit back-to-back homers with you in the World Series in one of my times. Best 87 overall ever. So I just wanted to say thank you for your service to get a Tops Now card.
No problem. I was probably a lefty on the mound, if I'd assume.
You were one heck of a player in Cleveland, wearing all Cleveland probably for the first time in my life outside of Little League today. Your incredible year in 2019. Let's just start off there. Played in 85 games, put up a full 2 wins above replacement, 923 OPS. What was it about that year that really pushed you to your best performance of your whole career?
I don't know, man. That was definitely my coming out year. I just felt like more comfortable in my skin after getting a taste of the big leagues the last couple of years, doing the up and down train, not really knowing who I was yet, how they were going to use me and all that. But I feel like Cleveland, like specifically Francona, used me like in the right way, in the way that, and he gave me like a goal and a job. Like I knew this was what I was going to be doing, like hitting off lefties, pinch hitting, occasional start off righties. But it was a much clearer picture for me that year, and I was able to, succeed.
And that was, such a remarkable team. When you look back at those Cleveland teams, back when Lindor was there, you had Bieber on the mound, Santana, Clevenger, J Ram, obviously. What was it like playing amongst one of the best Cleveland teams in recent memory?
It was good, man. It was special. Like I always tell people, hitting behind Carlos Santana was probably one of the best jobs ever because that guy's gonna fight and battle and draw walks after 15, 16 pitches, and next thing you know, you're up. That pitcher's gas. Like I'm hunting a heater because he's trying to get another quick out. So it was cool just like hitting behind him and seeing Jose do what he does and like finally getting to see all of it in person, and like Lindor's mental timing of the game on defense is just it's better than anybody else, I think. Just watching him play defense, like when he gets rid of the ball, the one hops and all that stuff. He's so good out there.
Was there any certain player in that team that you think really helped you push your game the best?
I mean, it was more coaches, I think. I think it was more the
Okay.
hitting coaches, but like you feed off those guys, like the J Ram, Carlos, Lindor, like all those guys, and I learned very early that season, I can't be Francisco Lindor. I'm not gonna be Jose Ramirez. Like I gotta be the best version of myself. Because those guys, they're freaks. They're the freaks among the freaks. So it's like it trying to, and they're switch hitters, right? They're all three of them are switch hitters and plays to their advantage. I'm going right on right, they're going right on left or left on right. So it was just watching those guys every day helped a lot.
And being drafted into Pittsburgh, playing bits of a few seasons in Pittsburgh, and then moving over to Cleveland, even though it's not too much of a geographic shift, they're probably two of the closest stadiums in all of baseball. But the culture shift was definitely there, I would assume, right?
Yeah, it was a completely different feel, especially, Cleveland coming off the last few years. They were winning, close to winning a World Series a few years before that. Like they were in win mode, and Pittsburgh was just trying to feel it out, trying to get prospects and see who could stay up there and stick. And not that they didn't have great players, because if I rattled off my teammates, you would say, "How are these guys not playing in the playoffs every year?" But the culture was completely different. Coaching staffs, Francona's the best, one of the best that I've been with, and he knows when to push buttons, when to pull back, when to tighten the reins a little bit. But yeah, overall, and the city of Cleveland's awesome. It's cool. They support. I hate to say it, but there's like not much to do. So it's like all the sports teams get all the love. So, but I really enjoyed my time there.
What was it about Francona specifically that you think really made the team what it was?
I think you could just sense that he was just like a player's coach, and he was just one of the guys. He's there to have fun. Like obviously do your job. But outside of it, it's like he had all his buddies on the coaching staff too. So like he would be on the plane, like wrestling on the plane with these coaches, like doing crazy stuff, ripping their shirts off, just having a good time, right? And it kind of just like, oh, okay, like we may have lost three in a row, but he's over here, still being relaxed. And so that fed off, or that, as a player, you could feel that. It's like, oh, there's not tension to win every game because it's such a long season. So I think just like the atmosphere he produced in the locker room is it just separates a lot of things.
After that, you went to Tampa Bay on the 100-win Tampa Bay Rays before unfortunately falling to the Red Sox in, I believe, the divisional. What was that team like? What was flipping from a winning Cleveland team to a winning Tampa team like?
That Tampa team was the best team I've played on by far, not even close. Like I mean, obviously they won 100 games, but like Cash comes from the Francona tree too. So it's like, Cash learned from Francona, they're boys. And so it was kind of the same deal. Like when I went into that office and I got to meet Cash for the first time, he said, "You're here to hit left-handed pitching, and once that starter's out, you're fucking out." I was like, hey, as a player, you don't always want to hear that, but you can respect it because they're honest with you, and not a lot of teams have that honesty. So it was like, okay, I know the role that I'm in. Now how do I fit in with these other guys? And I mean, it was just too easy. The vibes were good. They were winning already. All I had to do was jump in and do my job. So
This is a personal question rather than like personal to me rather than a general question. What was playing with Kevin Kiermaier like? Because when you look at him on the screen, you see one of the most athletic outfielders this world's ever seen. What was he like as a dude, and what was he like as a person in front of your face?
dude, he was awesome. I connected with him a lot, and I was able to play with him in Toronto too a couple years later. And dude, he was freaking awesome. He like took me under his wing a little bit and was like, "This is how we're doing things over here." He had been there since he got drafted. He was one of the OGs, and in that organization, that doesn't always happen. So um, he was cool, man. He's the mic guy on the bus. He's on the plane, making sure everyone's good. In the locker room, he's the hype man. After every game, he has this speech and he calls out everybody who hits homers, the pitchers that did well, who came in, and like everyone's hooting and hollering. And over 162, does it get old? Yes, but like he was there every day doing his job, fired up, ready to go.
Was he the kind of guy where coaches would let him practice those dives, or did he just like naturally do it? Was he just naturally like, hey, I'm gonna dive 50 feet for this ball?
Dude, I don't know. I just think he's just got it in him. That's the dog. He's a dog, man. Like, there's a reason he played so long, and like his prep work was no joke. Like when he went to work, he went to work, and he didn't take a ton of reps, but when he did it, it was the jumps he gets in the outfield. I mean, you've seen it on TV. It's absurd.
It's
Like,
otherworldly.
it really is. Like, him and like Dalton Varsho are two of the best I've seen do it. Um, it's special, man, to see him cover some ground.
How was hitting with boomstick?
I mean, what, he was like 40 when he was there. And so like he actually did a lot of his hitting in the hotel room, oddly enough. Like he would bring a net and a tee and like hit with his coach in the hotel room. And like he didn't take many, like he would take batting practice here and there and like hit in the cage maybe before the game, but not much. He knew he was good and he knew what he needed to do every day. So it was cool. And he's big, dude. Like he's way bigger than you think. Like on TV, yes, he does look big, but he's massive, dude. He is a big human being. And like, I mean, I still have a video of him in Detroit. I think it was like 30 or 40 minutes before the game. We were in Detroit. He had one of those zero gravity recliners and he had his face mask with like the speakers on. And dude, he's dead asleep. And it's like 30 minutes before game time. I'm like, bro, like I'm getting on the line to like stretch here in a couple minutes. And he's like passed out, but comes up, hits a couple homers and like does his thing.
And that's that.
And that's how he does it, dude. That's how you do it when you're 40 and been in the game so long.
One of my fondest memories of watching you on the field was one time when you decided to pretend to be Craig Kimbrell for a day and
Mm.
you went all in with it. You actually pitched a few times.
The Kimbrel thing was just like a spur of the moment. Like I knew he was on the team and like we were getting blown out. Like let's have some fun with it. Let's see what happens with it. And like the thing that pissed me off was the most was the MLB edited the video pretending like that Yohan Rojas kid hit his first homer in the big leagues off me on that pitch. But it wasn't on that pitch. It was on the next pitch. But they made it look like it was the Kimbrel pitch because I only did it one pitch. And
They
dude,
tried to
it's
edit it.
still they edited it and it looked like it was on that pitch. I'm like, it wasn't, dude. That was a nice two seam at 74, up and in for a strike. But then the next one got rocked. So
I
yeah,
didn't even know that. That's hilarious. They edited it to make it seem like the Kimbrel pitch was the one that got rocked.
yeah, dude, that's BS, right? That's like
I didn't know
that's
that. That's hilarious.
yeah. It still pisses me off, but whatever for the clicks, I guess.
Another really funny thing is when you look at your baseball reference page, I don't know if you're aware of this. Well, I assume you are because you know when you played your final game. But your debut is obviously, three at bats, whatever. Your last game lists zero point 0.1 innings pitched, zero earned runs, lost. It's what
Yeah,
your last game. It's just funny when, you look at a hitter's baseball reference, you're like, what? His last game was on the mound?
yeah, dude, that sucked. That was a tough day. I wasn't even supposed to play because I was with the Twins, right? I think I was
I
with the
I
Twins
think so.
and I think it was against
It
Colorado,
was Colorado, yeah.
and I wasn't supposed to play that day. And then they made a like pitching change for the Rockies, and then they were like, "Hey, Luke, you're leading off now." And I'm like, "Oh, so like 30 minutes before the game I wasn't playing, now I'm playing. Okay, like now I'm leading off." I went 0 for 5 and then had to pitch in extra innings, and they start with a guy on second and he stole third. The catcher missed the ball, scored, lost. Like, dude, how brutal. 0 for 5 and a loss. My 9 ERA is it's not something to go to arbitration or free agency with, I'll tell you that.
And a thing that a lot of people probably don't know about you or more so your family, I believe it's your great uncle who also played in the big leagues. 126 OPS plus in 1962. Do you know that he was a big leaguer as a kid and all that?
Not as a kid. I mean, I always heard stories. They're like, oh yeah, like you're related to Al Luplow, like blah blah blah. But then when I got to pro ball, like people would show up with his baseball card and like have me sign like my card next to his, and it was cool. Like it was cool to see, and like some of the people gave me his card, so I still have it. And yeah, it was cool. I wish I got to meet him. I never did because he was like up in Michigan and I was out in
Oh
California,
man.
but yeah, like it was pretty cool. And we kind of played for like the same teams. I think he ended with Pittsburgh and I started with Pittsburgh. He was in
Really?
Cleveland. I was in Cleveland. Yeah.
That's super
Yeah.
cool.
And so
Yeah,
it
he
was like
definitely
a
played the
weird
majority in
trend.
Cleveland. I knew that.
Yeah, and I guess there's like a legendary catch that he made in Fenway Park that everybody still talks about that I've never I guess there's no video on it, but yeah.
When you have people looking back at your career in however long period of time, if they can only remember one main thing about you, what would it be?
Man, I mean, part of me wants to go, oh, he played hard and all this stuff, but like, dude, let's call it how you see it. Like I was a lefty masher, dude. That's what I did. Like I hit lefties really well and like it was a niche that I had and I mean, if that's what I'm remembered for, I'll be okay with it.
It was a niche that you played and that Cash told to your face, supposedly.
That's it, dude. Yeah, he did.
Do you like when you look back at it, is that how you see yourself, or do you see yourself as a different way?
Um, I mean, it's nowadays with the computers and stuff, it was kind of just that's how it is. Like that's how the game's played now, like the matchups. But I mean, dude, I thought my defense was good. I thought I had a really good arm. Like I threw a lot of people out. That was one thing I had in the bag my whole career, like was I could throw you out at any time. And I just tried to play hard, dude. Tried to play hard, play through injuries, got beat up a little bit, but um just a grinder, dude. You know,
That's how it
that,
goes. That's how it goes in the
yeah,
big leagues.
yeah. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy,
Oh, I
but
bet it's not. Not at all. that's going to really do it for this episode. Any final words?
No, man. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And thanks for wearing the gear, dude. That was cool.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
didn't
it's
expect
always my
that.
favorite thing.
That's
I like
sick.
go through my closet. I have so many jerseys. It's so much easier with NFL because they're so much cheaper. But there's so many jerseys in there, and it's like which one fits him the best.
Yeah, dude. I love it.
There
I
we
love
go.
that sporting it.
Alrighty, episode 69 of the Playoff Push Podcast in the books. That's gonna do it. I'm your host, Jack Dobbins, and have a great rest of your day.